This year's biggest snub was obviously Melissa Jefferson-Wooden.
Melissa Jefferson-Wooden just said something that everyone needed to hear. Imagine winning 3 gold medals at the biggest track meet in the world, and then people act like it never happened. That's what happened to her, and she's finally talking about it. In September 2025 in Tokyo, Melissa did something only one other woman in history has ever done. She won the 100 meters, the 200 meters, and ran the opening leg for the 4x100 meter relay team. All 3 events, all 3 gold medals. The only other person to ever do this at a world championship was the legendary Shelly Ann Fraser-Price from Jamaica. Melissa became the first American woman to ever achieve this. Her 100-meter time was 10.61 seconds. That's a world championship record. She didn't just win, she destroyed the competition, crossing the finish line 0.14 seconds ahead of the silver medalist.
Racing Sages!
In the 200 meters, she ran 21.68 seconds, which was the fastest time in the world that year. Then she helped her team win gold in the relay.
Jefferson-Wooden is floating here. Amy Hunt trying to get in the mix. But look at this from Jefferson-Wooden. She's absolutely flying in the night sky of Tokyo. 21.69.
But here's where things get interesting. After all of that, Melissa wasn't even chosen as a finalist for the World Athletics Athlete of the Year award, the award that's supposed to recognize the best female track athlete of the season. In October, World Athletics announced 5 nominees. There was Melissa, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, Femke Bol, Faith Kipyegon, and Beatrice Chebet, all incredible athletes who had amazing seasons. But when they narrowed it down to just 2 finalists in November, Melissa's name wasn't on the list. Instead, it was Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone and Femke Bol. Now, both Sydney and Femke had great seasons. Sydney switched from hurdles to the flat 400 meters and won gold at the World Championships with a time of 47.78 seconds. That's the fastest women's 400 meters in 40 years. Femke defended her world title in the 400-meter hurdles and won with a time of 51.54 seconds. These are both worthy achievements, but here's the thing. Neither of them won 3 gold medals. Neither of them did something only one other woman in history has done. Melissa went undefeated in 20 out of 22 races in 2025. She owns more than half of the year's top 10 fastest times in her events. Those are numbers that don't lie. The voting system for this award is complicated. Fans get 25% of the vote through social media likes and shares. The World Athletics Council controls 50%, and something called the World Athletics Family controls the other 25%. So even though fans showed massive support for athletes like Faith Kipyegon, who got 48,000 votes, and Beatrice Chebet, who got 31,000 votes, they still didn't make the final cut. Melissa got eliminated early because of low fan votes. But when you look at what she accomplished on the track, it doesn't make sense. After the announcement, people went wild on social media. Track fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. Olympic champion Masai Russell commented on World Athletics' Instagram post with just 2 words. "No Melissa?" She wasn't the only one confused. Jonathan Galt from Let'sRun.com said choosing Athlete of the Year over Melissa Jefferson-Wooden and Beatrice Chebet was legitimately insane. For weeks, Melissa stayed quiet. She didn't say anything publicly about being left off the list. But recently, she sat down with the Track and Field Network and finally shared how she really felt.
Okay, let's see. Part of me was mad.
She didn't hold back. She called the decision,
Kind of felt like a slap in the face to all the work that I put in this year to be able to do what I went out there and did.
Think about that for a second. You work your entire life for something. You achieve a historic feat. And then the people who are supposed to recognize greatness just ignore you. That would hurt anyone. Melissa kept going.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing I said. I was like, what else was I supposed to do? I don't know.
It's a fair question. What more could she have done? Win 4 gold medals? Run faster than humanly possible? She was already at the top of her game. But here's what makes Melissa different. This isn't the first time she's been overlooked.
I've been getting overlooked in my career for so long now. It's just like, I don't want to say that I'm used to it, but in a sense, it's just kind of like, okay, cool, fine, whatever. I guess I'll have to try harder next time.
That's resilience. That's the mindset of a champion. Instead of giving up or complaining endlessly, She's using it as fuel, but she also made it clear that respect matters to her.
Awards. I like to be respected, but never, you know. You can keep it. Actually, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm chilling.
She's basically saying she doesn't need their award to validate what she accomplished. She knows what she did. The world knows what she did, and no award committee can take that away from her. Then came the part that really caught everyone's attention. Melissa talked about what she learned from this season. The biggest lesson I got from this year is learning that if you lock in and dial in on things you say you want to achieve, but also put the hard work in on top of that, the sky is the limit. This is the announcement everyone needs to hear. Melissa isn't satisfied. She's not done. Even after winning 3 gold medals, even after making history, she wants more. When she talked to CNN Sports, she said she's not satisfied with what she's accomplished. There are so many things out there that I've accomplished this year, but there's so many more things that I do want to accomplish. So what's next for Melissa? She's got her eyes on the world record. The women's 100-meter world record is 10.49 seconds, set by Florence Griffith Joyner back in 1988. That's 37 years ago. Melissa is only 0.12 seconds away from that record. She's close, really close, but she's not going to chase the time. She explained, "The biggest thing for me, if I want to break the world record and become the world record holder, it's not going to be chasing the time. It's going to be doing very similar to what I did this year, and that is just focusing on me, focusing on my execution, listening to my coaches, and then surrounding myself with people who are going to get me where I need to be. That's a smart approach. Don't worry about the clock. Just focus on running the perfect race and the time will come." Beyond the world record, Melissa has the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics in her sights. Imagine this, winning Olympic gold on home soil in front of American fans in Los Angeles. That would be legendary. She'd join a very small group of women who have won both World Championship gold and Olympic gold, and doing it at home would make it even more special. Melissa said, "I'm excited for LA. I think it's going to be one for the books. Obviously, we have that already when we go to these World Championships and to other countries to compete, but there is nothing like doing it at home, in front of the home crowd. That just makes it that much more special." The bottom line is this. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden just announced to the world that she's not done. The snub didn't break her. It motivated her. She's coming for the world record. She's coming for Olympic gold. And she's doing it her way. With focus, hard work, and the support of people who believe in her, the sky is the limit. And Melissa is just getting started.
Femke now just goes gently through the gears. It's looking as though she's pulling away from Anning. The Czechs have come through so strongly for bronze, but gold! The very last gold of these championships.
Just when everyone thought they had Femke Bol figured out, she went ahead and changed everything. The Dutch superstar who's been dominating track and field just announced a major switch that nobody saw coming. Let me take you back to January 2025. Bol hopped on Instagram with some news that caught everyone off guard. She said she wouldn't be racing individually during the indoor season. That's right. The woman who set the world indoor 400-meter record wasn't going to defend her title. In her post, Bol explained her thinking. She wrote, "After the last Olympic cycle with years full of amazing competitions indoor and outdoors, we've decided to do it a bit different this year. I'm training hard and preparing myself for another successful year on the track, but I also felt that I needed a bit more time away from competing." Now, if you're wondering who Femke Bol is, let me catch you up. This 24-year-old from the Netherlands is one of the biggest names in track and field right now. At the Paris Olympics in 2024, she walked away with 3 medals. She got gold in the mixed relay, silver in the women's relay, and bronze in the 400-meter hurdles. But Paris wasn't her first time on the Olympic podium. Back at the Tokyo Olympics in 2021, she also won bronze in the 400-meter hurdles. And get this, at the World Indoor Championships, she ran the 400 meters in just 49.17 seconds. That's the fastest time ever run indoors by any woman. So when someone like that says they're skipping races, people pay attention. Bol made it clear she wanted time to process everything that happened and focus on things outside of sports that mattered to her. She said, "It gives me the opportunity to have some more time processing everything that has happened and prioritize more things outside of the sports that are important to me." But here's the thing. Bol wasn't going to miss everything. There was one event she absolutely had to do. The European Indoor Championships were happening in March, right in her home country. The city of Apeldoorn was hosting, and Bol couldn't resist. She wrote, however, "I cannot and do not want to miss a chance to compete at a home championship." She said she'd be racing in the relays at Apeldoorn, and lucky for her, it was the first time the mixed relay would be part of the European Indoor Championships. Now, this home championship meant something really special to Bol. Almost 10 years earlier, when she was just 16 years old, she was at the 2016 European Athletics Championships in Amsterdam. But she wasn't competing. She was working as a volunteer, scanning tickets at the entrance. Back then, Bol had just finished 4th at the Dutch Under-18 Championships. She was watching the athletes and dreaming about maybe one day competing at that level. She remembered watching one race where the crowd went absolutely crazy. The noise, the energy, everything about it stuck with her. Fast forward to 2025, and now she was the one the crowds came to see. When someone asked her what she'd tell her 16-year-old self, Bol said with a big smile, "Pinch me. I wouldn't have dared to dream to be able to do this and to get this amazing feeling." The European Indoor Championships started on March 6, 2025. The very first gold medal of the entire event was the mixed relay. And guess who was running anchor? Yep, Femke Bol. The Dutch team had some serious talent. Nick Smit ran first. He'd won world indoor bronze before. Then came Evelien Solberg, who'd been running relays with Bol for years. Third was Tony van Diepen, who won Olympic silver with the Dutch team back in Tokyo. And finally, Bol would bring it home. When Bol got the baton for that final leg, 4 teams were right next to each other. It was super tight. Belgium was in front with Great Britain and Spain right there too. But if you know anything about Femke Bol, you know what happened next. The crowd at the Omnisport Arena in Apeldoorn was packed. Everyone was on their feet. Belgium's runner was leading on that last lap, and Bol was tracking right behind her. Then, on the backstretch, Bol made her move. She glided past the Belgian runner like it was nothing and pulled away for gold. The arena absolutely erupted. The Netherlands finished in 3 minutes and 15.63 seconds. Belgium took silver in 3 minutes and 16.19 seconds, and Great Britain got bronze in 3 minutes and 16.49 seconds, just 0.3 of a second behind Belgium. This wasn't just any win for Bol. It was her 10th European title, counting both indoor and outdoor championships. And it was the 8th time she'd brought home relay gold for the Netherlands at a major championship. After the race, Bol talked about the mixed relay team. She said, "We are really committed to the event. We have a roller coaster with the mixed behind our name. But being Olympic champions is something crazy, and we still don't quite understand it sometimes." That Olympic gold she mentioned, that was from Paris. In the mixed relay final, Bol ran an anchor leg that people still can't believe. She ran her 400 meters in under 48 seconds and took the Netherlands from 4th place all the way to 1st. It was one of the most incredible relay legs anyone had ever seen. After the European Championships, Bol moved on to the outdoor season. She added her 5th Diamond League trophy and kept winning races. Then in September, she went to the World Championships in Tokyo, Japan. There, she defended her world title in the 400-meter hurdles. She also picked up 2 more medals at those championships. That brought her total to 7 World Championship medals across all her events.
Trying to stay on terms with Femke Bol, but in the final hurdle, Femke Bol opens up a massive gap on the American. It's Femke Bol, but versus the clock, another gold for the Netherlands.
Everything seemed to be going exactly as planned. Bol was winning, staying healthy, and dominating her events. She'd taken time off earlier in the year like she wanted, and it seemed to work perfectly.
The Netherlands, another gold for Femke Bol. 51, 55, 54 it's been rounded down to a new world-leading run. Jasmine Jones.
And then came October 10th, 2025. That's when Bol made her announcement, the really big one, the one that shocked everyone in the track and field world. Bol posted that she was switching events. She was leaving the 400-meter hurdles and moving up to the 800 meters. That means instead of running 1 lap around the track, she'd be running 2. It's a completely different race with different strategies and different training. In her statement, Bol said, "Running the 400-meter hurdles has brought me dreams I didn't even dare to dream about. It's shaped me into the person and the athlete I am today, but I still have big dreams." She continued, "This next one won't be easy. It's uncertain, it will bring new obstacles, and even though they won't be hurdles, I'm ready to give it my all." Think about what this means. Bol is 25 years old and already a world champion in the 400-meter hurdles. She has 4 Olympic medals, she's broken world records, and now she's walking away from all that to try something completely new. The 800 meters is a totally different beast. It's longer, so you need more endurance. But it's also fast, so you still need speed. And the tactics are way more complicated. You have to think about when to make your move, how to position yourself, and how to time everything perfectly. But here's what makes this even more interesting. The reigning Olympic champion in the 800 meters is Keely Hodgkinson from Great Britain. She's a double Olympic medalist and one of the best in the world. When Bol announced her switch, Hodgkinson responded on social media saying, "Can't wait to share the start line. That's going to be an amazing rivalry to watch. You've got Bol, the 400-meter hurdles champion with incredible speed, going up against Hodgkinson, who owns the 800 meters right now."
Third from the right-hand side, and Tinch on the near side. Cordell Tinch is pulling away. Tinch has done it.
Cordell Tinch stunned everyone at the 2025 World Championships by destroying the 110-meter hurdles field. But what happened before that race is even more unbelievable. His path to the top was messy, painful, and nearly impossible. And it's the part no one saw coming.
And now he's etched his name into the annals of history. He will always be remembered as a world champion.
Just a few years ago, Tinch was nowhere near a track. In fact, in late 2022, he was selling cell phones and working at a toilet paper factory in Green Bay. A former football prodigy who gave it all up, he'd walked away from college athletics entirely. Burnout and academic issues drove him off the field and into the workforce. For 3 years, elite athletics weren't even in the picture. But here's where it gets wild. In just 2 seasons since returning to track, Tinch not only went pro, he torched the world's best to become the 110-meter hurdles world champion, clocking in at 12.99 seconds in Tokyo. And if that wasn't enough, he's now tied for 4th fastest hurdler in history, thanks to his blistering 12.87 earlier this year. Tinch grew up splitting time between Chicago and Green Bay, Wisconsin. In high school, he was a standout in nearly every sport he tried. He broke state records in triple jump, won multiple track titles, and still had time to chase his dream of playing in the NFL. That dream took him to the University of Minnesota on a football scholarship. But college sports weren't what he imagined. Disillusioned and burned out, he left Minnesota and transferred to Pittsburgh State. Due to transfer issues and the onset of the pandemic, Tinch couldn't compete. Eventually, he left school entirely, retreating from sports and returning home. That 3-year gap is what most would call the end of an athlete's career. In 2023, with the encouragement of his mother and close friend, Tinch decided to give track another shot. He returned to Pittsburgh State and immediately reminded everyone what they had forgotten. That year, he swept titles in the 60-meter hurdles and high jump at the NCAA DII Indoor Championships. Not just winning, but dominating, with 7 of the top 10 60-meter hurdles times in DII history. He didn't stop there. Outdoors, he clocked a wind-assisted 12.97 seconds in the 110-meter hurdles, making him the #2 collegiate hurdler of all time under any conditions. Then, in June 2023, he ran a record-breaking 12.96 at the Arkansas Grand Prix, eclipsing Grant Holloway's NCAA record. That's when the world took notice. After going pro mid-2023, Tinch's momentum was blunted by surgery that cost him a real shot at the 2024 Paris Olympics. He missed the team by 1 place at the U.S. Olympic trials, even though his time would have secured silver in Paris. It was a brutal setback, but Tinch wasn't done. By the start of 2025, it was clear he wasn't just coming back, he was taking over. He won the Diamond League opener in Xiamen, then set a meet record of 12.87 at Shanghai, putting him in the history books alongside Cuba's Dayron Robles. The message was clear. Tinch wasn't chasing the best. He was becoming the best. This season, Tinch didn't just show up, he showed out. He racked up wins at Zurich's Weltklasse, Lausanne's Atletissima, and the Kamila Skolimowska Memorial in Poland, among others. Even in the rain, he was running sub-13. And at the Diamond League final in Zurich, he clocked 12.92, equaling a meeting record from 1989.